This is the Birth and Truth podcast where we spill our unvarnished, honest, and naked truth.
Naked! I'm your boy Black Bluez.
And I'm Courtney Elaine.
What's that you claiming?
Busy.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you?
The set that I'm claiming is peaceful and not revengeful.
Come through. Come through. Come through.
So, what makes you busy?
I am just doing a lot of stuff right now. Like I've been doing a lot of graphic design work lately, and it's that work that's busy, but it's also like just busy in my head. I just got a lot of stuff going on in my head. It's like last night I was from every end of the bed. Like I just went from one spot to the next, to the next, to the next, because I could not turn off what was going on in my head. It's just a lot going on in there. So, yeah. What about
Right,
you?
and to anybody being nosy, she was all over her bed because her boo is out of town. Don't be trying to read into that, talking about how could she use her whole bed. He was out of town. Get out of it. Okay.
Mind your
Mind your. So for me, it's kind of hard because I have this way of thinking that I can just really get somebody back for the stuff that they do. But I have to control that, and God don't like that. God don't want me to go out there. And Courtney, you told me before, in trying to get back, don't do some stuff that you're gonna be in trouble for. So that's where I'm at with it.
I be speaking.
So that's where I'm at with it, and I'm just gonna be peaceful and not revengeful. I don't have to get you back because
God's got you. Come on.
okay.
Today's guest would like to let you know that she loves her and her husband's girls like they were her own and is content with not having biological children of her own. She has been working in the social services field for nearly 10 years in various capacities, including counseling for sexual assault, domestic violence, case management, and the homeless population. In the process of developing Young Rise Foundation, in which she started in 2016 to enhance awareness, encourage partnership, and extend supportive service to promote and improve the quality of life for patients with heart failure.
Welcome, Ashlie Young, aka Neodorize, to the podcast. Ashlie, what set are you claiming?
I am claiming gratefulness.
All right. Would you like to elaborate on that a little bit?
I'm claiming gratefulness because honestly, y'all, in the middle of everything that's been going on, we still been getting blessed in the midst. It's been kind of so overwhelming, of course, dealing with family, dealing with things in society, dealing with work, everything. And, but instead of just focusing on that, I just got to say, you know what? I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to speak any negativity. I'm not going to speak any death over a situation. I'm going to remain grateful in the midst because I am blessed.
Girl, don't do it. Don't do it.
I already had a praise break
Don't
earlier.
do it.
In the middle of my
we got that missionary Baptist in us.
I'm saying, I could wake up every morning, all I could do is just breathe easily. I am grateful.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord, this girl. She gonna have me over here. She gonna have me over here crying and
crying and shouting.
Just run down my point earlier.
Wrote myself out the hood. Thought my way out of poverty. Don't tell me that knowledge isn't power. Education changes everything. That's a quote from Brandy L. Bates. and this has entered us into our Google Education degree segment. Well, we discussed the last thing we Googled, or as we like to say, what we got our GED in. Let me know. What's up, Courtney?
So basically, I keep seeing these numbers. I know, but I keep seeing these numbers over and over again. I know I've talked about this before, but the meanings are so significant that I cannot let it go, especially since it keeps happening to me. So last night or this morning, I saw 444, which I've been seeing on and off for about a year now. So I went back and I was like, okay, you know, Jay-Z has the album 444. And I was like, okay, let me go back and let me look at the meaning of this again. So basically the meaning is it's an angel number. So people, loved ones that you lost, they're trying to let you know that the path that you're going on is the right path. You're headed in the right direction. And every time you see that number, it's kind of like their gentle reminder, like, hey, be aware of what's going on in your life and what direction you're going in. And so I just thought that it was sort of, you know, I just felt like I needed to go back to the meaning of it because, again, I got so many things going on in my head that you question stuff that you do and you question the different directions that you're going in. And like I said, I just keep seeing this number. I saw it this morning, and today at 4:44 p.m. I saw it again. So I'm like, this is not a coincidence. Somebody's trying to tell me something, and I just got to put myself in a position to where I'm making sure that I'm aware of what it is I'm doing with my life.
All
Yeah.
right.
Oh.
So, Miss Ashlie, what you got your GED in?
Well, I had one. I was looking for a tray table set.
Decorating.
And then my other one is actually a work one. It's called warranty of habitability.
Okay.
What's that,
Expand on
Ashlie?
that, yes. Please.
So, and it actually, okay, so I was looking for the tray tables because, you know, I went to the store the other day and I was like, okay, we really need this because working remotely, thank God, you know, I've had to set up. And so I kind of set up, you know, in our dining room area and stuff. And so it's like taking over like our, you know, our dining room table, you know, we're not able to eat at the table. So I was like, well, let me, you know, find some trays and everything. But the warranty of habitability is something I looked up the other day because it is basically like if there is something that is you have an issue with at your apartment, the landlord or wherever you're staying, the landlord must fix it within 7 days. And if not, you're actually able to either have an early termination of your lease without any, you know, any type of blowback about it, because the warranty of habitability, if you do not fix something within 7 days, then the property is in breach of the contract. So.
Oh, wow. See, that's a gem because they will find any and everything to get you up out of there.
Yes.
But a lot of times we as people, we don't know our rights. And so, you know, somebody come in and then, you know, you be without whatever, your sink broke for days upon days, or your washing machine or whatever. And, you know, we just feel like, okay, well, they can't get to us right now, so we just wait. And that's an inconvenience for us. So to know something like that that's a gem, girl. So Black Bluez, what'd you look up? Is it something crazy?
Googling.
So I guess I am the only heathen this week. One thing, okay, so I gotta explain it. I'm getting out of traditional monogamy relationships. Like I'm just not. I don't think that they work.
Okay.
I think that it's. I don't know. So I've been single for a while because I don't even know how to make relationships work. So I Googled. So listen, I feel like I should have. I feel like I should have two partners. So me and two other people, you know, and hopefully a man and a woman, husband and a wife. And they're each other's husband and wife too, you know? So they can go over there and kiss and touch, and then when they want some of this, you know. So I looked Courtney was like, Vincent, it's probably possible that they got an app for that. And I looked it up. And good Lord, they have a website.
What? Hold on, what?
Yes, thruple.dating. And you can sign up on there, and you can find somebody who wants to be in a thruple.
Look at God. He came through for you.
Well, I didn't sign up, though.
Okay,
I thought you signed up.
No, I didn't sign up. I got to make sure that this is exactly what I want to do now.
You keep talking about it. You didn't already spoke it into existence. You put it out there in the atmosphere.
But right now, I'm
manifesting
it. Yeah, but right now I'm content with being single and it's just being me. So I'm not going to go look it up if I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, move somebody up in here, you know, because I could.
Well, I mean, you've already looked it up, though. So, you know, step one, you already done that.
An informed decision. Like
exactly.
So if ever I want me a good old throuple, I know. Thruple.dating.
Thruple.dating.
And that is what we got our GED in. If you feel so inclined, drop down in the comments, tell us that what you Googled, and let us know what you found out. Because everybody can learn something from each other. Each one teach one.
If you want people to understand you, speak their language. That is an African proverb. This brings us into our Country Word of the Day segment where we explore how country Black people have made the English language their own. Our country word of the day is way over.
What that mean? What it mean?
In English, it means far over there.
Oh, that's the definition.
Or the definition is far over there. And in English, it's all the way over.
So way over.
Way over. Who says that?
Way over there.
Well, Ashlie, since you're going, Ashlie, go ahead and use way over in a sentence for us.
Oh God. Yeah, what y'all doing way lower, but well, oh my gosh, I can't even say it. Ooh, oh my, the remote is way over there.
In that voice.
Right.
In that voice, though. Yeah, I've heard it being said way over yonder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That means way over there. Way over there.
Well, use it in a sentence then, Courtney.
That reminds me of, like, you know, just somebody big mama, you know.
Yes.
That's just how, you know, especially
right.
You know, Southern family members, you know, somebody saying way over.
Use it in a sentence, Courtney.
Red little rail over yonder, way over there across them railroad tracks.
Now, Tyler, you did not have to say my auntie's name. You is just, oh my God. Red don't even.
I was thinking of Cleveland and the red dirt.
Oh.
So you could easily be called red in Cleveland, especially when you got red people. My people red.
Yeah, my aunt red. That's why her name Red. But she don't step way over no railroad tracks.
See, that's country, way over yonder, across the railroad tracks. That's far.
Well, I guess I can use way lover in a sentence also. Hold on, let me get this together. Okay.
No, he gonna bring it.
Can you believe this girl ain't paid her part of the rent and she way lower at her mama house like she ain't got no responsibilities?
I cannot
So,
stand you.
who
I
you think
can't
say
stand
way lower?
you.
Who you think say way lower, Courtney?
Oh my God. See, back in Cleveland, in my family's hometown, Miss Rachel had a store, and it was way over there, because it was across the railroad tracks. You know what I'm saying? So you had to go over there. You was going way over there. I ain't finna walk way over there to Miss Rachel's to get no pickle.
Oh, so that was everybody saying it. Oh.
Yeah, way over.
I think I remember maybe my cousin Kiara saying that way over. And maybe my cousin Toya, recipe Toya. I think I heard her say that. I'm pretty sure I heard her say way over. Way over.
That's from the country.
Right.
What about you, Ashley? Have you heard people say that? People in your family?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people say it, and I mean, that's, you know, honestly, thinking of a celebrity though, did Oprah use that in The Color Purple?
I don't know. Now she gonna have me looking for this.
I'm about to be watching The Color Purple.
I know. We be watching our little movies every night, so he's gonna be like, oh babe, let's watch The Color Purple. He's gonna be like, why?
I think Cardi B might say way over. What you think? I had to go way over there. Yeah, that was my Cardi B voice. It was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. Try again. You can do it.
I'm good.
Come on, you got your acting bug back. Come on.
Listen, I was in one play. Okay.
You know,
I feel rusty.
Don't minimize your one play. Now, don't minimize that. You on your way.
Right. More to come. So if you know anybody or any celebrity that you might think say way over, or one of your family members that you want to call out, go and tag them in the comments. Tag them in our comments. So that was our country word of the day.
Never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty and truth in comparison against injustice and lying and greed. If people all over the world would do this, it would change the earth. That is a quote by William Faulkner. This is our Truism segment where we discuss the things that affect our community. And that's the true root.
Today's truisms will look at people who throw themselves at others who are in relationships, knowing that they in a whole relationship. You know this man or this woman got somebody, and you want to throw yourself at them. How y'all feel about that?
I feel like you're trying to get shit started. That's how I feel about that. It's just like, okay, I'm going to let Ashley go ahead and go.
You know
how you feel about that?
Yeah, honestly, it's wrong. We know. If you have any type of moral compass or any respect for yourself, it's wrong. Now, I understand that we can sometimes operate out of a hurt place or operate out of our character due to something that's happened, due to some hurt or experience, but either way, it's wrong. You know, sometimes I feel like those situations can happen because, somebody else hurt me, or, you know, or I want this individual anyways, no matter what, I just feel so drawn to them. But either way, it's wrong. Like, period. I don't play with mine, so, you know.
What you say, Cole? What you say, Courtney?
I feel the same exact way. I feel like it's disrespectful. I feel like as human beings, we are naturally going to be attracted to other people, but there should always be a boundary. Yes. Like, you can like and lust from afar.
All day.
Don't come around here with that mess. Ain't nobody got time for that. Like, not unless you ready to jump up to get beat down. It just is what it is. Respect yourself.
Yeah.
Like, respect yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, if a lot of people respect themselves, they wouldn't find themselves in those kind of situations.
Exactly.
You know, I've been in situations where I've been in a relationship and somebody else has kind of start to kind of throw themselves at whoever I was talking to, and I'm looking like, at first you're thinking, excuse me, at first you're thinking you ain't slick,
Right.
but then you start thinking, well, am I tripping?
Right.
And will I be seen as jealous because of how I'm feeling? But then I start paying closer attention. And I'm like, oh no, you think you slick in real life, and I ain't supposed to have that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel where you coming from. And like Courtney said, you know, it's boundaries. You know, I don't, you know, you can think my husband is the finest thing in the world because I think that. And I am not ignorant enough to think that I am the only person that thinks that. You know, he's a fabulous individual. He has a great heart. He has, you know, I mean, just amazing. You know, that's part of the reason why.
Girl.
But you know, it doesn't bother me. Yes, he's attractive. Yes, that's fine. Yes, you support yes, that's fine. But don't have any other type of motives, because that's not what this is. You know, respect. Exactly. And it's not just respect for yourself. Respect someone's decision of being with someone else. That's all it comes down to. You're not even respecting that other individual for making a decision of, I'm going to be with this person right here. So if you can't respect yourself, at least respect what's already been created, what's already been established. And
the covenant in the relationship. Yes. I remember that. I feel like as people, naturally, we want to hear that we look nice. We want to feel attracted, you know, that's attractive. And a lot of times when you get that attention from anybody, you suck it up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it all comes down to respect. You can like it, you can receive it, but you take no action on it. It has to be a boundary, like for yourself, for whether you're on the receiving end or whether you're the one that's giving it out there. Respect yourself. Respect the covenant of your relationship or marriage. And if you don't want to be in a relationship, don't be in one. You want to be able to flirt and do what you want to do, don't be in a relationship.
Right.
Or if you have a relationship where y'all can do that, then again, it goes back to the boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I had a situation where I was in a relationship and the other person was in a relationship, but they were still trying to.
Okay.
I didn't even hear what was said.
Yolan giving his cameo.
Oh.
Your volume stopped for a little bit, but we got the gist with your shenanigans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just y'all looking on the other side of that though. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you wanted somebody and had to have somebody that you knew was taken?
True. Yes. Yeah, no, I've been there, you know. I went through a phase, you know, and been through some phases, but it was the fact of, okay, this person is unavailable, you know, I'm at a place where I don't want to be in anything, you know, serious right now. You know, their situation was broken, and even though, you know, it was wrong, I still did it, I still pursued it, but I wouldn't encourage anybody else to do anything like that, you know, because to be real with with yourself and with myself, you know, it was disrespectful either way. You know, I was disrespecting that situation. I disrespected myself. And then, you know, you snap out of it. It's all like, no, I'm not, I can't do this. This is wrong. This is all the way wrong, you know, and that's how people get hurt. a lot of times mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically. And thank God it just didn't get to that point.
Well, amen. I mean, I respect you for being completely honest about that, because a lot of people, you know, would be like, no, not me.
Look,
Not
if you
me,
can't be
child.
honest with yourself.
I know with me, like my mind went there before and I was like, you know, but then I got on some Erykah Badu type stuff and was like, maybe we'll be butterflies. I jumped right back out of that.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I have been in that situation. But my thing is, but not as far as like taking any action of it, but the thought has been there. But the thing for me is that I am so self selfish when it comes to relationships. I want you to myself, that if I can't have you to myself, then ain't no reason for me to even engage in that. But you know, I got a wild imagination, so stuff can pop off in my imagination, but I refuse to actually do
Engage.
anything about it. Yeah.
Respect.
Right. And if you actually get to a point where you and that person are supposed to be together and start talking, then in your head you're like, well, you was creeping with me, you gonna be creeping with somebody else.
That is so true. That is so true, because it will always be at the back of your mind, like,
Right, and that's why a lot of times those don't turn into permanent situations. Temporary temptations aren't permanent situations.
come on, poet. They ain't know that, girl. They ain't know that. You ain't put that in your facts that you was a poet, girl.
Ashlie, I had a whole revelation just now, and okay.
We see each other.
We see each other. Going into that question, I didn't even think about.
Oh my God, this voice. So
That's why I just had a whole
know,
situation.
I was like, what's wrong with him? Like, what tea he got on me? Like, I had to.
Oh, she was trying to think, no, I ain't have no tea on you. It just a light bulb went off, and I was like, oh, goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is our truisms, and that is the truth.
You hold back only to realize there's nothing keeping you back except yourself. This is an unknown quote. I used to know her name, but I didn't write it down. So somebody said that, and they was telling the truth. So this brings us to our Spill the Truth segment, where our guests spilled their tea.
You must first take an oath. So repeat after me.
Okay.
Even if my truth offends the people that I love,
Even if my truth offends the people that I love,
I promise to spill the whole truth,
I promise to spill the whole truth,
the buck-tooth truth,
the buck-tooth truth,
and nothing but the truth, because that's how it showed up in my life.
and nothing but the truth, because that's how it showed up in my life.
All right. So Ashlie,
Okay.
you have always been a ray of sunshine, like since the day I met you.
Oh, thank you.
I recognize your good spirit, and I want to know what has been attributed to that.
Oh, wow. Honestly, self-care, prayer, self-motivation, self-love, all of that. Whenever I started paying more attention to myself and started realizing like, hey, I can't, I feel stuck. I feel I just come back to myself, think about, hey, let me go ahead and pray. Let me go ahead, keep it pushing. Just thinking of positive things. Try to keep the light.
Okay. You told us that you are content with not having biological kids. Why is that? Or yeah, how did you get to that place?
Honestly, So even since I was younger, whenever like I was in class, I'm talking about 10, 11 years old. I'm like, oh, these kids are bad, like, like, is that something I want to deal with the rest of my life? So early on, I just wasn't, not to say I dislike kids, but it was just, is this something that I really want to commit to unselfishly for the rest of my life? Because it does not stop whenever they turn 18. It does not stop when they think they're grown, and I felt like if I didn't have that absolute, just deep down, like I can commit to this for the rest of my life, I feel like it would have been selfish for me to have any.
Yeah.
But then, I met Yolan and stuff, and I met the girls and everything. And what I loved was it was this instant connection. I was like, oh my God, I just love them. I love their spirit. I love being around them. I love having fun with them. I love, just wow. So and I am blessed with that. And me and Yolan talked, and I'm like, look, I'm good for being here for you and for being here for the girls and supporting you in the best co-parenting role that you can do, But, we said early on, we communicated, and I was like, but I don't want to have children of my own. He was like, that's fine. I was like, all right, we were good. That's communication.
That is communication. How old were they when you came into their lives?
5 and 6.
Okay.
5 and 6.
So those are good ages too. Good ages because they can talk, they can do stuff on their own, Yeah, those are good ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that I did the same thing. Like in my head, I was like, maybe I don't want kids, And but then part of me, I do want a little Vincent because I think that would be hilarious. Like just this little knucklehead running around shading everybody. Like, oh my God, I love him already.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
so Ashlie, I knew you as a poet first, and then I saw you come through and start auditioning for acting roles. So what made you decide to take a stab into the acting world?
Oh, well, actually, it was, I felt like it was by accident. I kind of fell into it. So there was this audition that came up about 10 years ago, and it was for Poetry is My Life, Revenge is My Mission. And it showed that they wanted poetry in the play. So I actually went to go audition to be a poet in the play, but they still make you go through like the whole audition process. And after I went through the process, I actually got casted for the role.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And I just realized I loved it. I already knew I loved being on stage because the stage is healing for me, so that's why I started doing spoken word in the first place. But whenever I fell into the acting, and I was like, oh man, like this is fun. Like, yes, I could do this. It just pushed me to want to do more roles and stuff. And so I kept auditioning, and and I actually just got casted for a new role.
Wow.
Oh, congratulations.
I know, right?
Hey, keep the acting going.
Keep it moving, girl. So at this point, you've done theater and film. Which one do you like the best?
Oh gosh, honestly, I like film because, you can, study one scene and then, go film that day and then, prepare for the next scene and stuff like that. And, with the stage plays, you got to be on point the whole time, know all your lines through the entire thing, know your cues, all of that. But it's just something about that excitement. So I actually like both, but for different reasons.
Yeah, that live feeling is definitely something that I live for. My God, when you own, you own, and all kind of stuff can go wrong.
Right.
Just like the play I did yesterday. And so much stuff on my end went wrong, and it's just a lot. So, so we asked you to give us 3 words to describe yourself for our defining moments of the past segment. Those words were anxious, and Webster describes that as experiencing worry, unease, or nervousness typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. Also, you said resilient, able to recoil, spring back, or spring back into shape after bending, stretching, or being compressed. You also said survivor, a person who survives, especially a person remaining alive after an event in which others would have died.
Yeah. After hearing how Webster has described it, do you think that it is accurate, or would you change something?
I feel like it's accurate. Speaking on, past things. So anxious, which, I still would deal with anxiety every now and then whenever I feel like I let my concern or worry overwhelm me.
Right.
About something.
Right, Ashlie, what exactly were you anxious about in the past?
Finishing school. I felt like I was unfocused. Sometimes I would, get in relationships and my focus would, fall off, or something would happen. I would take a semester off, then go back in. And that was one of the biggest things I wanted to accomplish for myself, was finishing my degree. And so, it was just that anxious list, am I going to be able to finish this? Can I finish this? I know I want to, but, I kept falling off, in different semesters, but I still made it and got my BS in psychology. So,
right.
That's awesome.
Tell me something that happened that made you notice your resilience.
Besides, relationships. I've been through different, abusive situations, from, either verbally abusive, physically, mentally, emotionally, trying to date different people, from the person I had dated before, thinking it was going to be a different situation, and still experiencing physical, mental, emotional abuse and stuff. So I've been in that scenario a few times, and just the fact that I even made it out, I'm grateful, and I was able to bounce back from that. So, yeah.
Wow, I hate to hear that. Whenever I hear about, because a lot of times you hear women sharing that same story of being abused mentally, physically, or, emotionally. And I hate, as a man, I hate to hear that. I'm just I don't understand why we can't do better,
So what did you go through that made you know that you were a survivor?
Again, different. Besides relationship situations, I feel like, just making it day by day. I feel like all of us are survivors, just making it through every single day. So, making it through those situations, some that were more harmful than others, and I'm still here to talk about it, breathing, to try to breathe life into someone else, to encourage other people. That's why I went into counseling and stuff, first, with domestic violence and sexual assault, because that was just something, one, I was not only passionate about, but I understood. And so, surviving those situations and just surviving every day,
Right. Well, we asked you 3 words that describe yourself for our defining moments of the present. And those words were loving, feeling or showing love or great care, saved, an act of delivering or keeping away from evil or saving from sin, focused, to have clear goals and objectives, and your work is dedicated to achieving those goals and objectives.
So after hearing how Webster has described that, do you think it is accurate, or would you change something?
Absolutely accurate. Absolutely. When I feel like love has gotten me this far, and I believe in spreading love. I believe in connections. I believe, love is just everything. So yes, loving.
So would you say that your loving side always wins?
Whenever I'm conscious about it, yeah. It doesn't mean that other people aren't hard to love. It doesn't mean that, even if you're going through a situation with someone, if you're annoyed by someone, that love can't win. So I absolutely believe love is the ultimate. God is love. We need to walk in his image. So let's be love.
All right. Well, describe how religion and being saved has changed your life.
So went through some transitions, got saved at an early age, baptized at 7, but after a little while, I decided I wanted to look for my own church. I was around 16. And so, so I went to different churches and stuff just to receive the word, just to, find my own spiritual guidance. And so, I started, attending church and everything, getting in the word and stuff. And I felt like, every single day, I was just uplifted, like, listening to praise and worship on the way, listening to it during the week, encouraging myself during the week, and there's been some times where, I slipped out of the, I'm like, oh, I haven't picked up my word in a little bit, just being real. But I notice every time I do, I feel like, strength is poured back in me. Like I'm able to refocus again on what I'm supposed to, and that's God.
Amen to that, girl. I use my Bible app on a regular basis because it is needed.
It is definitely needed. So tell me some things that you do to stay focused on your goals and objectives.
I actually do vision boards. I love vision boards. I'll get down like on the floor and like have all this, these cutouts and paper and be all like, okay, let me just put it down, write it down, make it plain, so striving for my vision. So as long as I can keep those boards up and the positive words and stuff, man, it fills me every day. So yes, I stay focused with that. I keep a planner. I use my Outlook calendar so that way I could stay on
right.
Because work has been a lot, finding balance with family and everything else. So yeah, so that's how I try to stay focused.
Cool. Well, I know that you're married to my brother Ashlie Young.
Yeah.
What are some things that you have done to make sure that you are the best wife that you can be?
Oh man.
And Ashlie, before I go there, before you go ahead and answer, I'm telling you on this you can dig. You can go there.
Okay.
Let us know.
Okay. To be I know I keep saying to be honest, but this is the podcast, so
keep it real.
I ask him what he needs. Communication has been the biggest thing with us. We'll get up in the morning before I jump on anything else, before I jump on Facebook, before I answer an email. A lot of times we get up together, we get our coffee, we sit out on the balcony and we talk, whether it's about issues in society, whether it's about a TV show, whatever, we just talk. And a lot of times during that talk, some people call it, pillow talk when we're talking at night, but we just talk even throughout the day. And I just ask him, hey, what do you need? What's going on? And we're able to read each other. He knows if I'm having an off day. I know if he's having an off day or if his body tired or whatever, all right, babe, what do you know what? Just lay down. I got you today.
I love that. Okay. So actually pretend that someone says that if you were a good wife, wouldn't be worried about if they are trying to get with your man. I want you to look into the camera directly
No.
and let them know exactly how you feel.
I'm not worried about you. You're not even a thought in the back of my mind, and definitely not the front of it. The only person I'm concerned about is my husband. And the only thing that would make me concerned with you is if your spirit or anything else attaches to him, because you don't belong in this. We are already connected spiritually, mentally, financially, everything. And there's nothing that you could do to tear this up, because God, this is what God has created. So you go ahead and move around with that. You can enjoy him from a distance. You can enjoy how he looks, what he does, how he speaks, how he smells, everything, whatever. But I am not worried about you. Just don't try to attach yourself to my husband, because that's when you will have an issue.
Girl,
The smile,
you better
the
preach.
smile at the end have me cracking up. So, Ashlie, the things that you talked about being a good wife, was it always like that, or is this something that you learned?
No, I learned this. This is my first marriage, and so yeah, I definitely learned. One, I had to learn him, just him as a person, his likes, his dislikes, this and that. But two, because we went through a lot of serious situations early on, dealing health-wise, and Yolande tells it too, how he had a heart attack in 2015. And and that was one of the most scariest experiences I've ever had. And so relearning how to take care of him, or what I could do to be a good wife for him. It was different. It was a change. I did have to learn, a lot of different things, from medication to timing to blood pressure to everything. And I loved him enough to do it. So
How did I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
I was going to ask you, how did stepping into that role of like kind of becoming a caregiver, how did that affect your relationship?
Well, to be honest, we got stronger. There were some times where it looked dim, where we were really concerned, where it was like, but all we did was pray and just literally just hang on each other. Look, we're going to make it through this. You're going to be okay. Even the night that it happened, he was all like, Ash, just tell the family. I said, oh no, not today.
I know that's right.
Not
that.
Today. You're going to make it, so the thing is we continue to speak life into each other. It wasn't a transition, but it made me, start cooking healthier, all right, olive oil instead of vegetable oil, this and this, and, and we just take care of each other. That's what love is about. That's what marriage is about. It happened 3 months before we got married, and we told each other, I said, look, I'd rather do this with you than without you. I don't care if I have 5 more minutes or 50 years. However much time we have together, I'm grateful. And I'm going to walk this with you. And we've been walking it ever since. We make 5 years of marriage, September 18th coming up. And I am just grateful, so.
I love it. I love y'all. I love y'all together.
We love y'all.
Oh my
goodness. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Everybody want that kind of love and want to know that when it comes, they can step up to the plate. Do you always feel like you were able to step up to that plate, or did you deny yourself sometimes?
No, I felt like I fell short sometimes, it was the balance, I was still, whenever I did go back to work, it was trying to balance work and then making sure he's okay, not being able to concentrate at work, and then I'm like, you know what, no, I'm not having this, I need it. So I actually took time off work for close to a year. And just to take care of them, make sure everything was okay. But no, there were some times I didn't feel like that, because there were some days that I didn't have energy. There were some days I didn't feel like cooking healthy. There were some there were some days I was like, oh my gosh, the doctor just switched this dosage of the medicine, is this the right one? Keeping my notepad close to me. It was some days where I didn't feel like I was the best wife. I was like, I just wish I could do more. I want to take any pressure off of him. I don't want him in pain. Is there anything I can do? And those were days where I just sometimes felt like I fell short, but I just felt like, hey, if I show up every day, if I love him every day, this will work.
Right. And me knowing your line, he appreciated every minute of it. Like, even when you thought she was falling short, he was like, man, like, that's my bae. So, what would your current self tell your childhood self?
Stay focused. Stay prayed up. Don't worry about fighting anyone else's battle. This battle is yours. Nobody can live this life for you. Be kind to yourself. Finish school. Whatever you're going through right now is not that serious. I know it feels like it hurts. I know it feels like, you can't get out of bed, but you're going to, and just wait to see what God has in store for you, because he's already opened doors that you haven't even seen. And once you walk through them, you will know that this was all worth it.
Right.
So
go ahead, Courtney.
Talk a little bit about your career. I know it's something that you're extremely passionate about. So let us know a little bit about what it is you do and why you do it.
Well, so I been working in nonprofit for the past 10 years. And I love it because I have got to meet so many people. It's been really just an experience. When I first started again, I was working in sexual assault and domestic violence. And then I've worked in homeless shelters before, and then as a housing case manager. And now I work at one of the lead agencies that helps with the homeless population. So we help coordinate resources and housing for people in Harris County, City of Houston, Montgomery County, and Fort Bend County.
That's awesome. Was that something that was on your vision board to get to that point? Would you be able to do that?
It was a little different. Originally, I really wanted to work in the hospital, but I wanted to become a licensed clinical social worker. And so, because either way, I still wanted to of course, help people. And I felt like there's resources out there that, people don't know, and I want to help them get connected to that. But, just in life experience and how some jobs have come about, I'm all like, wow, like working in the homeless shelter was like one of the most humbling experiences, and then doing housing case management, actually seeing people go from, homelessness and walking into their own home with some people after years, that was the most liberating experience like ever, like, oh my gosh, so I knew I just wanted to stick with it. And this past October, I was called about a position for landlord engagement for a special project with housing Harvey homeless. And so I jumped on it because I worked during Harvey at my last agency. And, I worked in the shelters then and trying to get people connected to more permanent supportive housing. And so when this position opened up, I was like, yes, I want to continue. And I just so happen to get it at the lead agency. So now we're just preparing for, some more housing programs to come on board, especially with everything that's going on now.
Cool. Actually, as an empath, I sense that you are an empath as well. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
How do you cut that off? Like in the field that you're in, and then you get home and all that's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just there. And you have to go home and be you. Like,
honestly, it's not an easy switch on, switch off. A lot of times I take that time in the car, whenever I'm not working remotely. If I'm out in the field, I'll take that time in the car and just take a deep breather. And then too, a lot of times when I get home, y'all, I admit I'm peopled out. I've talked to a lot of people. I've answered all these emails. I've joined these meetings and this and that. So a lot of times I'll walk through the door and I'll just lay down on the couch, turn on my favorite series or write or do something like that. Like I have to decompress. And that's why I love my weekends and I love, the evenings where I could just chill because I try to put my all into it every single day. And it's sometimes meeting after meeting after meeting or, or phone call or handling this or this happened. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want you to fill in the blank, okay?
Okay.
I should not say this on the Birthing Truth podcast. It is totally TMI, but
I have not gotten my eyebrows done since February.
oh my God, they look good though.
Serious. Okay, so I usually get my eyebrows threaded, and during all of this stuff, with the thread they put it in their mouth, and I was like,
yeah, you sure are right.
So I'm all like, I'm gonna let it do what it do until I say.
Oh my God, that was such a girl answer. I love it.
I put my face on extra careful today, go ahead and draw
them eyebrows on. Make them straight lines, girl.
So Ashlie, we like to make sure that on the Birth 2 podcast that we create a platform where people can get fully free.
Sure.
Is there anything else that you would like to address?
Oh, wow. Honestly, this has been an awesome conversation. I feel like I've released about a lot. To be honest,
got it out.
Yeah, I got it out because too, I don't talk about my profession, a lot on Facebook or any social media platforms, only because I just don't, I feel like helping people in the background and stuff. And so I don't, really just tell people, what I do and stuff. So now, a lot of people know, hey, I've been working in social services for the past 10 years. How serious I am about my husband. And I'm not, afraid to tell him my truth, and some of the things that, I've experienced or done.
That is so what's up. And one thing that you do share with everybody is projects that you have coming up. So tell us projects that you have coming up, and then also social media. Let us know where we can find you.
Thank you. So projects coming up, when April kicked off, for Poetry Month, I started on this haiku thing. And so my goal is to actually write over 2,000 haikus before the end of 2020. So I'm working on that project. It's going to be a collection, and then also too, I just got casted in a new role. I am Tia in Fair Play through J. Laurel Productions. And so we're filming, So so just that, and yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Jayla's our friend or whatever, our best friend.
I know she's gonna, I heard, she burst some truths as well, But Honestly, those are the projects I have going on. But actually, a family project. Our oldest, Carissa, she just started her own business, Carissa's Creations with a K. She's doing a seafood boil, and yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can order it. You can either DM me or, of course, Yolanda Poet's Poet. You can find me on Facebook at Ashlie M. Young. That's ASHLIE Young. Or you can find me on Instagram at Neodorize, NEO2RIZE. We have it posted there, but we're really excited about her new business venture. So
That is awesome.
Wow. Well, we want to thank y'all for watching. Shout out to Still Visionary Inc. and JR John Ross. That's our homie.
yeah.
We are the Birthing Truth podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and we can be reached or we can be tweeted at Birthing Truth.
And if you'd like to be a guest on Birthing Truth Podcast, email us at birthingtruthpodcast@gmail.com. Hello.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ashlie.
Thank y'all for having me.